restricted VGC formats can either be really fun or really daunting depending on who you ask, as teams become based around your restricted legendary Pokemon. Currently in Scarlet and Violet, we are in a single restricted format, meaning each player can have one restricted legendary Pokemon on a team. And with meta threats like Calyrex Shadow Rider, Miraidon, and Zamazenta running around, it's hard to have the appropriate checks for some of these Pokemon on your team all at the same time. The convenient thing about all of these Pokemon, however, is that they're all weak to themselves. Calyrex immediately pops to an Astral Barrage. Miraidon would be terrified of other dragon moves, and Zamazenta, the ultimate defense, is weak to itself. That's where the beautiful theory crafting of Ditto comes into play. Ditto is one of the most unique Pokemon of all time, not only being the catalyst of so many glitches back in the first generation of Pokemon games, and apparently in Scarlet and Violet as well. Ditto is the only Pokemon who is able to transform. Sorry, the only legal Pokemon to transform in VG. Will you let me finish? Ditto has access to the unique ability Imposter, which lets Ditto transform automatically into the Pokemon in front of it when Ditto switches into battle. Like how I mentioned in my last video, when Ditto transforms, it copies the opposing Pokemon's types, moves, EVs and IVs, current stat multipliers, and the Pokemon's current ability. What doesn't change when Ditto transforms are its HP and Terra type. And with an HP stat of 48, this means you could have been fighting against a Dondozo with a simple ability, you swallowed its partner Tatsugiri and gained +4 in every stat stage, transform into that, and you'd still die to a full HP Staravia using Final Game. In regular formats, Ditto doesn't provide anything too special, as if you try to transform into opponent's Pokemon, more than likely it won't be doing much. And the slot could have been chosen for something that could actually synergize with your team. However, in restricted formats where box art legendaries are legal for competitive play, Ditto can be used to copy your opponent's restricted Pokemon, giving your team a major advantage in stat totals. Because of Ditto's frailty, there are two item sets that Dittos usually run, that being Focus Sash, so you could tank a hit with your desperate HP stat, or the Choice Scarf item, which gives the holder a 1.5 times multiplier in their speed stat, but forces them into one move permanently until they swap out or faint. It's up to preference on how you like to run your Ditto, but going for a Choice Scarf set lets you win the eventual speed tie you and your counterpart will partake in. Speaking of items, let's go into the build. Ditto's only attack is Transform. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you like what you saw, please consider subscribing. Yeah, there's not much to building Ditto. All you can do is maximize its HP stat and go from there. Unless you find yourself in the eventual neutralizing gas matchup, then you could be persuaded to run more bulk so Ditto lives a turn to transform. But I decided to maximize its speed to match with its Choice Scarf and transform ASAP if needed. I also gave my Ditto a Terra type of Stellar. The Stellar Terra type, for those who don't know, boosts every type of attack you have once, either by a 1.5 times multiplier if the attack shares one of your types, or by a 1.2 times multiplier if it doesn't. However, when you transform, you get access to your opponent's original typing as well, confirming that you will always have a stab option to attack with and power up. Keep in mind, there are some Pokemon that Ditto can't transform into, like Terrapagos or the Okerpons after they've terastallized. But with good positioning and right placement, Ditto could be cleaning up games more than you think. To complement this Ditto, some solid cores have to be established, and when it came to picking a restricted Pokemon, I was originally looking at Luca Paz's team from the San Antonio Regional back in January of this year, where he placed 5th place with a Groudon team. As fast as Groudon can be, I wanted a Pokemon who had more of a positive matchup into its opposite, Miraidon, seeing it's one of the most popular restricted legendaries at the moment with its raw electric type attacks, in which I landed on Groudon. Groudon is an absolute beast in power. With a raw 150 physical attack stat, 140 physical defense stat, 100 HP stat, and mono ground typing, it is a solid physical wall and hitter for this meta. And with the ability Drought, it can set up the sun upon switching in, increasing the power of fire type attacks while decreasing the power of water type attacks at the same time. This lets you stand up to Pokemon like Urshifu Rapid Strike, since it would do reduced damage to you in the sun even while hitting you with critical hits thanks to your physical bulk. What's nice about using Groudon over Groudon is Groudon relies on the sun to be up to deal bonus damage. Groudon doesn't have that setback, allowing you to hit hard regardless if the sun is up or not. I gave Groudon a moveset of Precipice Blades, Heat Crash, High Horsepower, and Protect. I also gave Groudon a Terra type of Fire, along with the Clear Amulet to hold. Precipice Blades is Groudon's signature move, and is another reason to use Groudon over Groudon, as you are able to hit both of your opponent's Pokemon with a strong stab attack. Unfortunately, with an accuracy of 85% and Wide Guard users running around in the format, you can't always be spamming this move. High Horsepower fixes that, letting you deal big damage on a single target with a better accuracy check. However, you can swap this out for either Swords Dance or Thunder Punch for preference or coverage. Heat Crash synergizes so well with Groudon. Being able to abuse that dummy thick dump truck Groudon has,
dear God, why did I write this?
It also gets powered up thanks to the sun and Groudon's Terra type. Speaking of, running Terra Fire and Clear Amulet is essential for almost all physical attacking carries, as Terra Fire lets you be immune to burns, which can cut your attack stat in half. It can also mitigate Groudon's weaknesses to ice and grass, allowing you to play more offensively into Rillaboom and Calyrex Ice Rider. Clear Amulet is also great, as it allows you to ignore Intimidates and other annoying moves that can drop your stats like Icy Wind and Parting Shot. What's nice about including a sun mode on this team for Ditto is that a lot of Pokemon that synergize in the sun can also help set up for Ditto. Fluttermane is an amazing offensive support Pokemon on this team, as thanks to its high speed stat, we can get off fast Icy Winds to establish speed control while also setting up taunts on our opponents, so we can disrupt their supportive moves like Trick Room, Protect, and Follow Me. Raging Bolt is also amazing on this team, allowing us to deal with water and flying type Pokemon that we normally can't hit for very effective damage. It also gets access to the move Volt Switch, allowing us to pivot into another Pokemon while dealing damage at the same time. Because of its lower speed stat, we are able to tank a hit with Raging Bolt and then switch into Ditto, allowing it to transform safely. What's nice about both of these Pokemon is that they both have the ability Photosynthesis, which boosts their highest stat by a 1.3 times multiplier, or a 1.5 times multiplier if their highest stat is their speed. This gives us an amazing boost to Fluttermane's speed and Raging Bolt's damage, boosting these Pokemon even more. I also added Incineroar to the team, giving us Intimidate pressure, Knockoff pressure, Fake Out pressure, you know, everything but the actual ability pressure. As much as people like to make fun of Incineroar for being the most popular Pokemon to choose from when it comes to team building, it's for a good reason, and it synergizes nicely with this team. Besides from using Fake Out and Knockoff, Flare Blitz also gets a nice damage boost thanks to the sun, and Parting Shot paired with Incineroar's low speed stat gives our team another Pokemon to take a hit, reduce the opponent's offenses, and then pivot out into Ditto safely. Our final Pokemon also pairs up with the sun quite well. Jumpluff is amazing coming into Generation 9. With a speed stat of 110 and access to the ability Chlorophyll, Jumpluff is a super fast support Pokemon with moves like Tailwind, Sunny Day, Sleep Powder, and Pollen Puff in its arsenal. Being able to disrupt your opponent and heal your side of the field thanks to its amazing speed stat can make a huge difference in battles. It also gets access to Encore, Rage Powder, and Light Screen as other moves to possibly consider. This team is very diverse when it comes to potential leads. Incineroar Fluttermane provides a lot of pressure for your opponent's Pokemon thanks to their raw damage and supportive utility. Incineroar Raging Bolt is also great, as you can set up both of your pivoting Pokemon in the front to switch out early if their opponent has their restricted out right at the beginning of the match. Even something like Groudon Jumpluff can be strong, as setting up the sun gives Jumpluff a speed stat of 356, which outspeeds Fluttermane with a Photosynthesis boost, giving you full control of the battlefield against non-prankster Pokemon. Genuinely, this team is a lot of fun. Being able to play with Ditto lets you go into your opponent's toy bin of Pokemon and play with their toys at the same time. There will be times where Ditto gets to become a legendary, but there will also be times where Ditto becomes a Pikachu. And there will be times Ditto gets to become... Wait, no, turn back. For those who want to tinker with the team and its stat spreads, here's what I used on the screen right now, along with the rental code for this team, for those who want to hop on ladder and just go...
Stop hitting yourself! Stop hitting yourself! Oh, stop hitting yourself!
If you like what you saw so far, please consider hitting the subscribe button. And if you want to be a part of these videos or just hang out and chill, consider following me on Twitch as well. If you aren't so sure that my streams are right for you, I also started a VOD channel for anyone to catch previous streams and see if they like the experience before actually joining them. All right, enough rambling. Let's get into some games. Basically, we kept the team mostly the same. We changed it up just a little bit though. We added Jump Bluff and we gave Fluttermane Taunt instead of Sunny Day. So that way Fluttermane becomes a lot more useful and we can do a lot more things. Probably like Terra Fairy. Yeah, it makes sense. I'm curious. I'm assuming he went for turn 1 Astral Barrage. I don't know why he would like play so aggressively. That makes sense for Ogerpon. That's why I didn't want to bother faking it out right now. Straight for the nasty plot. Interesting. This makes me want it to knock out. Is that bad? I kind of want it to knock out. How dare you? You're gonna use follow me in front of me like that, you jerks. It's not that I want Fluttermane to die here. This is perfect. Calyrex is already +2. Now he's +3. This is going to be a great example of Ditto taking advantage of speed tiers right now because he doesn't have Tailwind on his side. So now we can actually do something like this where Ditto comes into Incineroar slot. And now we have a +3 Calyrex of our own. And then actually we could swap in our own Incin again here. He has Ursaluna Blood Moon to stop ghost type attacks. Oh, and for a Giraffe if needed as well. Masterful Gambit, exactly. No, I love looking at that. We have a +3 Ditto. Unless he brought both of his normal type Pokemon in the back here, this is gonna be freaking hilarious. Protect, that's okay. Yep, expected that. Did he Spiky Shield too this turn? Wussy, +3 and with a stellar bonus. Let's go! We have a +5 Ditto right now, guys. The only way this one will make me cry is if he has Farigiraf and Ursaluna in the back. We can deal with Incineroar. There's the Ursaluna. Okay. We can deal with one. This isn't necessarily great, right? But. I just want to see how much damage we can do into Incineroar. That works too. Well, having Ditto to copy their hyper offense essentially would be amazing. Okay, E-Speed is fine. We live E-Speed, no problem, right? Oh, and he's Lorb. Okay. The fuck did I just see?
I like it, cut G.
This man was straight up determined. It's like, no, we're getting rid of this Jump Bluff before it can move. You couldn't even kill him. We have our Tailwind set up on top of that too, so there's not much he can really do unless he goes for E-Speed or other priority moves. So we proactively ignore Dragonite's turn. If Chenpao is out right now though, yeah, that means he has to have Zamazenta in the back. E-Speed. Called it. Heat Crash into Chenpao because we're Tailwind, and we're Sun plus Terra Fire, easy kill. Unless it was Sash. But if he like Icicle Spear or Ice Spinners into Groudon, Icicle Crash, that's what I meant. Perfectly fine now. See, we are just countering this man left, right, and center, and it's kind of hilarious. You're gonna Terra Normal me right now, guy? Come on. He is gonna Terra Normal. Why would you wait this long to Terra Normal your E-Speed Dragonite? Okay, Protect, you waste a turn. Okay. Okay, fine. You got jokes. It's fine. I don't know if he knew that I had Protect, but this way we stop stuff. Yeah, if it's Choice Band plus Terra Normal plus Chenpao, that is actually really annoying. Icy Wind. Connecting on both makes me feel a lot better. Now his E-Speed's gonna do less damage.
What the dog doing?
Zamazenta is in now. So here actually would be an amazing time to swap Groudon into Ditto because we'll be able to tank. No, we might actually have to let Groudon die here. We're gonna trade Groudon for their Dragonite, and then after Ditto can safely swap into their Zamazenta, and then after we have a better revenge plan. He's only seen 3 of my Pokemon. I know the rest of his. Moonblast kills at this range. Heavy Slam is fine here, honestly. We get the double swap in. Here comes a really cool part. Back in Generation 9, you'd copy Zacian. Not only its attack buff, but you'd also get to activate its ability again. Same thing happens here with Zamazenta. We just have a really bulky Zamazenta on our side of the board, and we're gonna always outspeed it. But just in case, we're gonna press Sleep Powder because we're a dick. That did not do enough to kill, but that was still pretty funny. Was he actually running in prison? That makes me mad. Did I? What? I'm stuck into struggling right now, and that's kind of funny. And wait, why is my thing glitched? Guys, it's glitched. You see that? You see it? It's glitched. What is it doing right now? Oh my god, wait. Am I actually just stuck from not using those moves now? It's okay. We can keep healing up Ditto. Yo, good morning, Cole. How you doing? So this looks worrying, but we can keep healing up Ditto. It's scary, but like we're still fine. Zamazenta is still asleep. This was the last thing I was expecting to happen to us. We are literally forced into struggling as Ditto, and it's kind of funny. But okay, we have Tailwind. Pollen Puff does not kill at this range. I'm so thankful. He's been asleep this whole time. We're gonna win with struggle. Oh, okay. That is a Mewtwo. I'm going to cry to the Mewtwo. Yeah, Raging Bolt gets faked out here. Why was it a crit? Why does it have to be a crit? Respect the Sacred Fire. Oh, we live. That's pretty good. That's fine. You can withdraw Mienshao. Indeedee. Okay, so we've got Indeedee and then Mewtwo in the back. This makes too much sense. He's gonna have like, yeah, he's gonna power up his Mewtwo. He's gonna have like Expanding Force or some shit. Icy Winding here. We drop some stats. Groudon has a safer entrance. That's not stab. So like, yeah, we'd live that. And then Thunderbolt into Entei. Not the best, but we'll do more damage next turn. Entei is slower now. I do have to remember that. And now Raging Bolt should be doing more damage here. I want to assume he's going to save his Terra for Mewtwo. Perfect. Okay. P-Blades kills Entei right on the dot. Love that. Nice. Okay, so we get the dot. Oh. I hope he sent out Mewtwo. Of course he sends it in that slot. I hate it when they do that.
That's all, folks.
My hope is that us absorbing Mewtwo right now, we're going to resist the Expanding Force that's about to hit us. I expect the Wide Guard, so I hope we get to absorb the Expanding Force here. Ditto tanked it. Okay, we like that. We expected this. This is fine. Nice. That's pretty good damage. We got the flinch! Oh, we got the flinch! Eat ass, Mewtwo! I forgot Dark Pulse flinched. I wasn't going for a flinch. Oh, I just. Oh, that was funny. That was such a clutch. That was. I'd be pressed. I'd be pissed. I'd be. Good boy.